right, good morning. We are with the Beach Life Group Roundtable in virtual Zoom category. Is anybody at a roundtable, by the way?
No, mine's rectangle.
Okay, mine
Yep,
too.
rectangular.
Yep. And Curtis is in the backyard.
I'm standing by my barbecue. Does that work as a table?
That's close.
I'm using it as a table.
Are you cooking anything while
Later.
you're doing that?
Later.
I was going to say, man, you are a multitasker. So let's how's everybody doing?
Doing
Good.
well. Yep.
Zoom
Doing
fatigue
good.
is what everybody said.
Zoom fatigue.
Yeah. We're ready to get out. I was driving down 101 not too long ago, and there's some of these couple businesses having the thing, we want to go to work. Have you seen that in the window?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can't blame them. People are anxious to get out. So let's start off with our because we do real estate here at the Beach Life Group. Let's start out with what's happening in the real estate market, and then we'll talk about some other things. Curtis, you got today's newspaper. What's in that?
Well, there's a headline in the business section right here. I'm one of the few people that still gets the newspaper.
Yeah, what is that?
So the headline is San Diego home sales fall, prices mostly unchanged. So the home sales were down 30% from the same time last year, according to CoreLogic. And but the prices stayed the same, if not went up a little bit. So
yeah,
that's the big headline. And then on a little sidebar, it also mentions that home construction is down 30% in April from what it was last year. It's the lowest in 5 years. So it's kind of going with the theme we've been talking about lately. You know, there are sales going on, but it's low inventory. So I know, Lauren, you had an experience with that with a listing of yours this week where you had all kinds of offers on a place.
Yeah, a lot of activity. Yeah. There's on a couple of the listings going on and things I wrote offers on. Like everything seemed to have multiple offers, and they were in a bunch of 3 different price brackets, which is interesting.
Right.
Our actual stats in San Diego as of right now, we do our 7 days running kind of hot sheet, like market snapshot. And in that 848 new listings in San Diego for the past 7 days, 848 pending. So there's not going to be any inventory increase this week, it would appear. And then, so the median price of those 848 pending homes in San Diego, and this is San Diego County as a whole, is $609,000. For the solds, there's 476. I think May is going to be kind of the low number in solds, which is kind of what your article was pointing to. The sales are down. So the number of closings are for this time of year, spring's a hot market, and it's down because of what's been going on. The pricing though on those 617s, the median asking, and 613.5 median sale price. So not much wiggle room there. And then on the coast, in our Del Mar to Carlsbad coastal zips that we look at, 90 new listings, 72 pending. 909,250 is the median price in those pending properties, and only 22 days on the market. And then 43 closed, and the market's still pretty tight. It's $1,078,000 was the median asking price for those closed, and $1,039,000 is actually the closed price. So 34 days on the market. Here's some interesting. So I wanted to do a little more deep dive in what's happening. So I picked out detached or detached coastal market. Hoodie's going crazy. I have an assistant behind me. Yeah, Cat's working on the other side of the desk, working for the school, like your wife's doing schoolwork stuff. But so here's the interesting thing. I pulled out some brackets and did like 749.9 and down detached homes. Those are actually up in price versus last year, 4.3% in San Diego and 6.5% in North County. There's 1.1 month supply in that bracket for detached homes. So there's virtually no inventory in that. If you go 750 to 1,250,000 or 249 actually, prices are flat. San Diego down 0.1%, and in North County down 1.4%. So they're a little bit lower, but not much. And then here's the interesting one: 250 to right at 2 million. Price is flat in San Diego as a whole for detached, up 3.3% in North County. So that's a hot price bracket. Only 2.6 months supply in that. So that's still fairly low inventory. The kicker, or what's really dragging the market down, and what may over time, we may see the median price come down a little bit, even though the market's pretty solid, is the 2 million plus. We've got 7.8 months supply of those in San Diego and 8.2 up here in North County. So a good amount of supply. And in North County, 2 million plus houses are off 18.4% price wise. So 82 days on the market average. So, I mean, the real tail of the market here still is you're one, really basically under 2 million. The market's pretty good when you get in the higher markets, wherever that's at. The stuff's sitting. So anyway, that's the roundup for the market as of May 20th, 2020.
Nice.
Lauren, I want to add one quick thing. Don't you think also the thing that's helping drive the sales is the low interest rates? You were telling me the other day, what did you say your client got locked in for 30 years?
2.75% 30-year on a townhome. Well, it's a PUD actually, to be more specific, but great rate. It's you can almost put when you look at rent, you can almost put little down at a interest rate like that, and your after tax consequences, you're almost even.
Yeah.
So it makes sense long term for sure if you can get in at 2 3/4. Somebody told me they were seeing 2.5s out there, which I can't believe.
Crazy. Yeah.
There was one company,
like a teaser rate, where they throw that bait in the water and it's kind of like chum.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, I was just reading an article that there is one company, I forget the name, they're a relatively larger company, but they were offering that 2.5% rate. It's a little bit below market, but they were, to get some people in there when nobody else was. So,
yeah, there was a headline today in CNBC more about the mortgage market. Said mortgage apps were up last week, I think 11% or something like that. And the headline today was mortgage apps point to a remarkable recovery in home buyers. So they're up again this week. And so part of it is exactly what Curtis is talking about, that interest rates are so favorable. The real challenge is going to be having enough homes for people to buy in our particular area. If you're under $1.5 million or so below along the coast, there's not a lot to choose from. So once again, which is where we were kind of when we went into this. Yeah. So,
and that higher price point, the $2+ million homes, it's been kind of the story for the last kind of 24 months, 36 months. We've had that high inventory, longer days on market.
Yep. There's some places like Rancho and La Jolla and all those have had 8 to 12 months supply of inventory. Now they always have more in general, but it's going to be what's going to be interesting. That one of the things I'm watching and trying to see what's going on is a lot of these people that live in big cities and downtown areas and stuff that own some expensive real estate. What's going to happen to those prices? But also, where are they going to go? Like some of those people are definitely going to move out of those places, and they've got some money. So maybe in a place like where we are, and there's various places around the country that might get a pickup in those upper end buyers that are bailing out of high end downtown type real estate.
Folks leaving New York and coming to rural San Diego.
Yeah, or LA, maybe downtown LA, or maybe who knows? San Francisco. There's a lot of big cities, and in San Diego we get some people from around the world, not just not just the smart people from the United States. There's actually, anyway, so what else is happening out there? What are you guys seeing?
Somebody first.
I'm going with the Padre.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Just what everybody's been saying. A lot of, back in, I think it was towards the end of last year, 2018, sorry, 2 years ago. I work with a handful of buyers. And so when you're working with buyers, especially these price points, that are super low inventory right now, it started to bump up a little bit, started to move a little bit out of kind of a seller's market. Inventory was building a little bit. And so on the buy side, it was, looking good as far as going in and, not as much competition when you're writing offers. And then, but towards the end of last year, the beginning of this year, and, I thought this might change it a little bit, but it's been the same picture as it's been in the past, supply and demand, not enough supply. It'll be interesting to see if, since the number of homes going on the market usually pop up in this spring market, if it'll just get bumped back to kind of like a summer market when things get a little bit more I guess normal. I mean, what's normal now, but
the new normal.
The new normal. Yeah. So yeah, it'll just be interesting to see if that just kind of gets bumped back a little bit and people are going to make some more moves in the summer and kind of get back to that normal-ish market, I guess. But with the super low interest rates, buyers want to lock in their rent for the next 30 years. So, why not? I think it's a good one.
I think there's a very good chance it gets shifted 2 or 3 months. And because I know a number of people that have been talking about selling and we're kind of getting prepared to do that or pause. They don't really, they just don't really want to deal with it right now. Mm-hmm. So I know there's a number of those out there. So I expect more, I guess for the buyers out there, we're going to go get more listings, but hold tight. I think there'll be more coming. As the rest of things open up, you're going to see, we might see a couple, maybe even a little bit of a spike on inventory at some point. It'll be interesting to see though.
For sure.
Well, one of the people interviewed in this article I mentioned earlier, he's telling his clients that he thinks it's as good a time to sell in the next few years, just because of the low inventory. And if you're thinking about selling, in his opinion, you do it now because there may be a pretty big, I'm not going to say explosion, but a lot coming on once we kind of get a little more out of this situation right now. All these people that have been holding back, the market may get a little bit flooded with inventory, even though we are low. So in his opinion, if you're thinking about selling, now's the time to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a good opportunity for sellers for sure right now. If you're below 1.5 million or so, or, in that kind of that bracket.
Because we do know there are a lot of motivated buyers out there. Lauren, you're a good example. You told me you had over 10 offers on a property that you put up last week. So there's a lot of qualified, pre-approved buyers ready to go. So it's just a matter of for them finding a place.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we're going to see more inventory. I mean, I know there's people that, if I know several that have paused, everybody out there knows some that have kind of paused. There's some older sellers that don't want to risk people coming in and out of their house right now too. And then there's some that I know that are just going to move out. That they're like, we're just going to move. And so then it'll be much easier to do the whole thing, because it is, given what we need to do to stay safe and do what we're doing, it takes a little longer. I mean, I know people got frustrated. I was trying to get some people in a house and they got frustrated because they couldn't get in when they wanted to. And part of it was just simply there was, you needed time in between the number of people that wanted to see it. You can't have multiple people in a house at a time now. So you can't have open houses where, last year we would have opened the place up and had, 40 people in an open house and they would all get satisfied that way. But I mean, and then we can do some virtual stuff. some of the Matterport stuff is getting better, and the computer's speed, people's internet speed's getting better, so it works better.
Yeah, I think what we'll see as far as, I mean, we're in this every day, but yeah, all the stuff you're seeing change wise is, you know, showings are different already. Who knows when that will, I mean, that'll probably be somewhat, you know, cautious for the next, I don't know, 6-12 months at least. The open houses, I don't know if that'll, I was just listening to our sales manager. He was talking about it, and he's saying he doesn't think it'll go back to normal for a long time, if ever, you know? So as agents, we're going to have to kind of find ways to do these virtually and, you know, adapt and change. I mean, that's just kind of how us as business people are going to have to do that. And then as far as marketing for sellers and stuff, just to show potential buyers as much of the property without seeing it, you know, like you were saying, the Matterport, the 3D stuff, drone footage, walkthroughs, all that kind of stuff is going to be huge, you know, just to vet the potential buyers before putting the sellers through having to go clean the house and all that kind of stuff. So change will be happening, and we just have to be on top of it and help our peeps out. So
one of the things that, I mean, we are so fortunate right now that we are doing business in a time where there's such great technology. I mean, one of the things that's helped on some of the stuff I'm working on for sure is not only do we have really great photography, we've got the Matterport so it can feel like you walk through, but also, you know, a video, that full motion video that they can see the area, see the, you know, kind of get a sense of as much as you could possibly get a sense of a house without even showing up. So that, I know that's helped with some of the showings, making sure the right people are looking at the house right now. And so that's a big focus on whatever we're all listing. We want to make sure that we've got all that stuff so people aren't looking at the house that are going to walk in and go, you know, it has this, whatever it is, you know, something that they could have seen in a video or on the Matterport. So I think we're fortunate, you know, we're fortunate we're with really a forward-leaning company at Compass. That's were you guys in on the call? Did you see the all Compass sales meeting yesterday with and if you didn't, there's you can see the video where Robert went through in about 6 minutes a number of things you could do right from your website to do, you know, from your own Compass platform to just kind of go through, set up email, newsletter, set up, you know, all these different things, flyer. I mean, that's one of the things I like that's great about it. I get through some flyers and mail outs and different things pretty quickly. So we're fortunate with it to have all that backing and the technology and stuff to give people the best service we can.
Yep.
For sure.
So tell me what's happening in your restaurateur life. What kind of dining out are you doing? Although it's pickup dine out, but what's going on with that lately?
Chelsea and I had a very romantic first quarantine date on Friday night, which was pretty fun.
That's awesome.
And we went super fancy and got what's it called now? Surf Brothers. You know, the teriyaki place.
Brothers. Yeah.
And ate out of the back of my truck. It was great. Grandma was watching the boys, and it was a lot of fun. So,
where did you go? Where did you?
We just went to a green belt, just around the corner from it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, some guy gave me a hard time, telling me like, "Really, this is as fancy as you could have gotten?" I'm like, yeah, it was fun. It was great.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Oh, and then we went to Home Depot. That's maybe, that's another positive.
If my wife just listened to the story you just told, she'd be like, I like that Caskey fellow. She already does like you.
She better, Kat.
Yeah, she does. She loves all you guys. But I mean, what could be better? Get Surf Brothers, sit in the back of a truck, enjoy where we live, and then go to Home Depot, right? I don't know. That sounds
we realized it's the first place we've gone together outside of and not gotten out of the car in 70 days.
Yeah,
wow. We're walking around with the mask next to each other.
That.
Yeah.
Think about that. Home Depot's busy now too. I was helping a client with some stuff, and my dad and I was over there like 3 times within about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I went in, one of the times they paused people for a few minutes to let a few leave. So people are really they want to make their home now. You've had plenty of time to sit in your house and go, oh, I need to do some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's happening.
We have equipment coming starting tomorrow to dig our pool. So we're going to be in crazy mode pretty soon here.
Good for you. You're making your home a paradise. So what's been your, I've seen some of your stuff online, Chris, where you're racing around in the backyard and doing stuff. Tell me what you got going on.
Yeah, we just redid our backyard. So haven't been out and about. I've just been thinking more and more how over this I am. Just want to get out and just give people hugs and say what's up, and have a sit down and have a beer and a conversation. And so we usually go out once or twice a week. We didn't go out anything this week. We just redid our backyard, which is great. Nice little turf setup. Been barbecuing back there. So like you said, just making our space kind of more usable and more homey. And since we're here, why not? I know we have a miniature pool coming in the next few days.
Nice.
So the wife got like a little pool for the backyard.
I love it.
So we have that to look forward to. And then, we did go out. We went hiking, not really hiking. We went walking in Livenhain. The trails are open. So it was decently busy, but the trails are out there. They're horse trails. So there's plenty of room for everybody. Saw a few mini mules, bacon and sausage, I think the names were, and had some across the fence, had some sort of a conversation with the owner over there, chatting a little bit. So got a little bit of human interaction, which was nice. And the trails are fantastic. So just getting out and about, trying to plan my first outing to go to the ocean and surf. I still haven't done that, but hopefully in the next few days here.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you got going on, Curtis?
Well, personally, just from a selfish point of view, I got to play golf the other day.
Yeah.
Up at Encinitas Ranch.
I heard.
Yeah. Somebody may have been with me. His name rhymes with moron. Lauren? Not moron. Sorry.
Easy.
I was trying to think of a name.
Easy.
Trying to think of names. We might have to edit that one out.
Moron. I like it. he you know what? He saw me golf, and that's why he's like.
I didn't mean that. Sorry. But
we've gone out. I can take it.
Yeah, we've gone out and we weren't going out for food very much, but we've started doing that a little bit lately, which is nice because I can only cook about 5 or 6 different things. So that was getting a little boring and monotonous. So we went and got a Justin burrito for my daughter. I know that's one of Cassidy's favorites. Nice. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. And
is your son back at work?
No, not yet.
No.
It's open,
it's just like small staff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
And go ahead.
I was just going to say, talk about burritos real quick. Another article there, we're going to see, or potentially see more expensive California burritos in the next little bit here because of the meat shortages and stuff going on. So people have been showing their receipts and there's like a $1.25 per burrito surcharge on their receipts. So just be aware when you order your carne.
Another reason
burrito
to go
has no
vegan.
meat, so it's perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that all sounds good. A little golf, a little.
What are you up to, Lauren?
A little bit of everything. I've been out on the trails quite a bit now that they're open. So running early. I get out pretty early, so there's typically not people out there. I might run across 1 or 2, unless Kat and I ran last weekend, and there was a number of people. They're really overgrown too, and a lot more ruts from all the rain. But it's beautiful, and done a walk or 2 down at the beach or out in the trails also, and a little bit of food out. But we're pretty not too fancy, I guess is the best way to put it. I think we had Habit the most recently that we had out, And so, or either that or I'll barbecue. And, you know, the kids, Lily came home for Mother's Day and then Ethan was here. So we did a little barbecue. So that was always fun. So I've used the barbecue more, I think, than, I don't know, in recent memory, quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that the neighbor's like, "Are you barbecuing every day?" She said something about it. I'm like, she's like, "It smells really good.
Pretty
We're
much.
trying to compete. We've got some fish to cook tonight." I'm like, "You can't compete with me." No. So yeah, I mean, it's been good. I've been down at the office a number of times just to got some things going on, and I know I've been around a couple of people that are in and out, and they're kind of anxious to get back to. We all miss our. I miss the group being down there and doing our stuff. So because we're in such a good spot downtown, but it's starting to pick up down there. So. I'm looking forward to that. I actually had coffee with a friend I hadn't seen for a while and went for a walk. We went to Java Hut and then, measured it 6.5 feet apart and went for a walk. So I did do that yesterday too. And that was good. It's always good. These Zoom meetings are great and talking on here is great, but it's so much better being with people. So,
Yep.
Hey, what else should we tell the coastal home buyer or seller? Anything else, or just somebody? What else? Anything else we should pass on before we sign
I have
off?
a quote. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. So nice and simple.
Yeah, I like that. And it's true. So. What's your quote for the day, Curtis? You got to have something after the moron quote.
I'm afraid
you got to have something better.
I'm going to say something stupid again.
And it doesn't rhyme either. So
I know. This whole time I've been going, what rhymes with Lauren? And I can't think of anything.
I can give you what they used to say. It's not boring because we've got Lauren. That's as close as they could get.
Okay.
His name's like Orange. You can't find anything that rhymes with that.
Yeah.
Actually, here's a quick funny story. I'm in 2nd or 3rd grade and the beginning of the year. And I still remember this. This is how, see what you did is going to scar me too for a long time, but because I'm so sensitive, but back then I was. And so the teacher's going through papers to hand them out. She didn't really know us all yet. And she's reading the names, Johnny, Rachel, Lover, who, she's looking around, who's Lover? And then she finally figures out it's me. And so then after that, in 3rd grade being called Lover, it went downhill from there. It was kind of funny, but that was better than moron. I like Lover.
Yeah. It's at least a positive spin.
Yeah. Well, I have been a moron at many different stages of my life. So, and on the golf course quite a bit, actually. I think on the golf course more specifically, Curtis will be. I hit the same club every time, and Curtis is like, "Do you need any other clubs? You're using the same club for everything. It's 150, it's 200, it's 75, same club." No.
Works.
Yeah. It's really good to see you guys.
You too.
Glad everybody. Well. I like your new setting, Curtis. By the way, the backyard. Look at how big. Nice. Look at that nice big backyard. When are you going to put the ADU back there?
Still working on it.
But I got a guy if you need one. I got a guy. They sit on that listing on out in Oceanside that has a big backyard. I was really featuring that in the marketing, and I get an email from a contractor saying, "Hey, we've got specs we could draw up. We'll come out to your lot and give you a bid on doing an ADU for that property." Nice. So there's somebody hustling, which I responded to, and I'm like,
"That's some good marketing.
I'll pass it on to the buyer. You never know." Yeah. So, but you got to do that, man. Look at that huge backyard. It looks good.
Yeah, that's where it would go, back in that corner.
It'd be great if you had like Bill Murray walk out of there now. like playing through from Encinitas Ranch. That'd be
there
good.
you go. Yeah, it would be.
You know, somebody saw him at Vigalucci's last summer, I think it was. Whenever Torrey Pines was playing last.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So that's enough facts that have no value at all. But we'll pass it on. So thank you guys for being here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Lauren.
Thank you.
What are we going to do next week? By the way, we should have something special for next week. Anybody know why?
Memorial Day.
There you go. Good enough. It's Curtis's wife's birthday.
Nice.
So we need to sing happy birthday or something.
The only reason Lauren knows that is because it's his birthday also.
Oh, nice. Lauren, are you going to do anything for the Murph on Sunday?
I'm going to do something. Yeah. It's almost, and I haven't figured it out, but I've been doing push-ups and sit-ups here. So I may do kind of similar thing, and Kat and I will go run.
So they switched up. Since nobody's been doing pull-ups, our gym just sent out 100 sit-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats instead of pull-ups. So right in your wheelhouse.
That. Send it. Yeah, I'm on it. I am going to do that. I love doing that. It's so much fun with the group when you're in CrossFit doing it. But Kat and I can do it.
Is this Sunday? You said?
Yeah, Sunday, Memorial Day.
All right, pencil me in.
Yep. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
cool.
Curtis, are you in there?
No.
The
Hey, we
hard pass.
We need to shame him into this, I think.
I'm in such high quality condition. I don't need to be messing with that baloney.
That's perfect.
You're not gonna be able to play hockey when this is all done if you don't do it on Sunday.
It's gonna be a
There
joke.
you go.
Yeah,
There's a good reason.
I'll do it. Send it to me. I'll do it.
Okay,
and we need a photo from everybody in action too. So
Sounds good.
Post that.
Sounds
all
good.
Right.
All right, we're on it.
All righty. Well, it's great seeing you guys.
You too.
Sign off. What's your phone number there, Curtis? You get to lead off.
760-814-0942.
And you can help people with delivering pizzas or what?
Whatever they need. creative nicknames, whatever they want.
Yeah. I like that.
Rhyming, not so much, but
perfect. Cassidy, what do you got?
At Cassidy Lewis RE on Instagram, 619-840-0904 on the telephone. And awesome. I sell houses.
Nice.
I don't deliver pizzas often, but I would if you asked.
Hey, you would if they were moving in. You gotta bring them a pizza, right? Gotta bring them a pie. What say you, Chris?
I am at Chris Erickson on Instagram, and the new website is dropping soon. So stay tuned on that. 760-224-1700.
Awesome.
Call text.
Yep. At Beach Life Groups, our Instagram, or my Instagram. I hoodwinked it. And then
I like the updated picture, by the way. It looks good.
Yeah, well, I shaved, so it was time to get rid of the gray. Although I still got gray. I don't know. Whatever. It was time for a change.
Yeah.
You know, when you're sitting looking at yourself all day on Zoom meetings, and it's like, God, who is that old guy? And I still look old, but at least less gray. But you can reach me 760-583-7100. Text, call any of us. We can all help, and we'd love to help, actually.
For sure.
Even if you just want, hey, what's going on in the market? Every neighborhood and price bracket has some big variation, but variation. And so what's happening in some places is not happening in others. So we're here to help you get that figured out. So anyway, make it a great week. Have a good Memorial Day weekend, guys, and I'll see you next week.
Adios.
Some photos or video of Murph, right?
Yeah, for
Everybody's in. Do we get a yes? Okay. Can I get an amen? All right.
Yeah.
See you guys.
All right.